add up.
Cool. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers.
You
Nice.
can't see me, but my glasses against the
Look
screen.
down on his Cabernet Sauvignon.
It is Cabernet Sauvignon. Good shout. Looking very good.
Yeah, I'm with the sommelier skills.
Yeah.
Well, you know that super cool band with the trilbies and the glasses of white wine?
I'm not wearing chocolate. Hang on.
What you got there? You got some honey.
And all the way
I've
dark.
got some hazy days.
I like the hat switch there, Dan. Very good.
That's good, mate, yeah.
It focuses on whoever's talking.
This is going to be on
Who
speaker.
said that?
That was me, Jake. 'Cause you
I can't see you.
Can't see, Jake. How the fuck did you do this?
No, it's because I'm recording on my webcam.
You look like E.T.
We didn't have to when I were a kid. I don't know how this works.
I like that.
Yeah, that's well then, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
Fucking.
Listen to your eye. Oh, look at your eye. That's mad. Hey, look, that's what I can do.
Do you regret doing this, Jake? I'm sure you've probably got some like cool people to talk to.
No, you guys were always going to be number one.
Yeah, because you know we're not doing anything.
No, nobody's doing anything, mate. Nush's number 2, so it's cool.
I like your version, Steve. It was the best one I've ever heard, especially the bit at the end.
I was laughing.
We had the second one.
I pissed myself, mate.
Yeah. Hope you don't get corona and die.
Well, I do. I don't want anyone to get it and die. I'm going to push him off his settee, look. That's weird, because on the other side of you, I can look at this. Doing.
Silly cunt.
All right, welcome to the first episode of Lockdown Sessions. I'm going to be speaking to a lot of my friends who are very talented, very interesting friends during quarantine. I want to see.
Where we go, and where you speak to them.
Today I'm joined by some good mates of mine, the boys from the Midnight Dogs. You may have heard them on Planet Rock or Hard Rock Hell Radio, amongst other places. Certainly, if you know who I am, you will see them post about them on my social media several times. I've nicked this bit from your internet page. The boys, hailing from here in Leicester, a rock outfit delivering their own brand of down and dirty rock and roll. For people who don't know who you are,
Steve, shut up.
people who don't know who you are, tell us a bit about yourselves and the band. So, Rob, do you want to start?
Not really. Neil's good at this.
All right, go on, Neil.
What do you want me to answer? Who we are?
Yeah, tell us a bit about yourselves.
Yeah. What would you like to know, Jake, in detail? What specifically would you like me to address?
Just what part of the band each of you are.
The drummer. You've seen us loads, man.
You what, Steve?
He's the drummer. He knows what part you are.
Yeah,
This isn't for Jake. He knows who we are.
Yeah, it's not for my benefit, mate.
All right. Sorry. Bear with me. I'm like Neanderthal.
So really, I guess I'll answer this question because everyone else is being quiet. This band is more of a mouthpiece for Steve's nonsense than it is for music. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So I'm Dan, and I play the guitar, and I handle Steve sometimes.
A big glass of whiskey.
Yeah. And I've been in this band for so long that I've started to lose my mind.
Steve, have you got anything to add about yourself?
No, because I also, like Dan, I've lost my mind with. Yes, so I'm Steve. Hi, I'm also in the band. Me and Rob have been in the band for a long time, like 103 years.
I think it's 8 years now.
We wrote 2 songs in that time. Dan's been with us, and then he wasn't, and then he was, then he wasn't, then he was again. And then we have Bear, who's there. And
The same one
yes,
as well, Steve.
so we have no agenda. We don't really know. We just get together and make some music and just have a laugh. And just, that's it really. We've not got a message. What a message is, there's no message. Just how it is. Dan.
Well,
With on that, on Dan leaving, coming back, and Dan's signing with the new album. I think the last practice we did with Dan, first time round, Dan started jamming away on Hotel Mango. And then we waited 2 years till Dan came back, finished the track, and then it's become like the centrepiece to our set, and it's got the name of the latest album as well. Cracking track as well, Dan. Good skills.
I might be the most important person in the band, is what you're saying.
I would agree.
Could well be.
Sort of joining in later than everybody else. It's quite clear that Dan's the only sort of sane thread holding you two together. Anyway,
Is Bear from another land? I can't understand. It's got a lot of echo going off. It completely
Oh,
get off. Someone sent me a message and it's made me phone go weird.
Well, I was going to come back to Hotel Mango, but you've mentioned it already, so I'll just mention
Closed
it
for coronavirus, mate. No, you can't get in.
now. What's he saying now?
I don't know, mate. You can
No,
use
hotel's closed. You can't fly out. You can't go to it. It's closed.
Have you been drinking today, Steve, like all day?
Yeah. It's just about sort of 1.
Yeah.
you've been
Past
drinking
4
for about weeks, haven't you?
this morning. I managed to get medical out later or something like that. But, sorry.
No problem, mate. So obviously we had a massive night for your album launch back in October. It was a great night. Now, at the minute, you're donating your money from your song streams to the musician to try and keep them afloat during lockdown. Just wanted to ask whose idea was that? And do you want to talk a bit more about it? Obviously, it's a good cause.
Yeah, I'll take absolutely because it was my idea. No, it just came through at the point where, you know, obviously I think most of us anyway, as 4, we're probably relatively getting through this period without that much of an impact. But obviously, there's a lot of industries, a lot of businesses that are really feeling the pinch. And obviously, live music venues are and all sorts of entertainment venues have been really, really hard hit. And the amount of money that bands get from streaming and digital sales, you know, unless you're really at the top level, and even then, you know, it's not a huge part of the band's income. So I just think it's going to do more contributing as part of their crowdfunder. It'll do more for them jumping in with that pool of money than it will do just being split between us. So it just made sense to do that, really, and obviously help maybe get a little bit of a push for the album as well. But the musician was such a good supporter of this band. I mean, the first time I saw the Midnight Dogs before I joined in was obviously at the Musician. And then sort of getting on board with the story since then about how much, obviously, the band is really centred around that venue. Just seemed like a bit of a no-brainer, really. Throw them, you know, however much is going to come out of our royalties since the first release. It's not a great deal, but I think it's better in their pockets than it is just sort of sitting there and being split between us for it.
Yeah, it was a cracking idea, Neil. I mean, that venue is so important to us. Like, but I think for the past 8 years, you know, mainly Chris McMinn has put some cracking nights on down there, and he's really supported the band, and we played there a lot, and it's like our home, really. Don't you think, guys? That in the place in Leicester, there's some fantastic venues in Leicester.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's very special. Yeah. Dan.
That's where we first met Dan.
It is.
He had really nice boots on, I remember. I said to him, nice boots.
No,
Yeah, don't have one now.
No. I think it was Alejandro Escobedo, wasn't it? And it's only down the road from me, so like, you know.
You love it because it's like you love it, you want it. But yeah, I like playing that. It's good. It's nice, and we also always play there. We get a really good sound as well. It's really nice sound to play there. Excellent skills by Matt Randall. Who possibly is not going to be there any longer, is he? I think he's left or something.
Is he? I don't know that.
He hasn't been doing it for a while, apparently. Something to do with his hearing, unfortunately. He's not really quite up to being in that environment, which...
Pardon? What did you say?
You're hilarious, man. So yeah, that kind of sucks because he was the best sound that we've had from any gigs. I'm pretty sure it's that venue. I can't think of anyone else that sort of suited us as much as them. Anywhere that we played, even like, you know, playing the O2, playing at the Montfort and all that kind of stuff. I think he's the one that's got the best sound out of it.
Yeah.
It's just a cool little venue. It's everything that you need. I mean, I used to come, before I moved to Leicester, I'd come over with my old man to watch all sorts of bands there. And you need those kind of places. It's the lifeblood. I mean, even like, you know, we talk about this as a band. Obviously, we're small fry.
I think. Sorry, I think that if it didn't survive, it'd be terminal for Leicester, I think, and you know, it'd be like the Charlotte going on if it went.
I'll miss the Charlotte.
Yeah, well, you guys are young, but I remember the Charlotte, in you know, and yeah, it's as iconic, or you know, almost as iconic as that, I would say. So, whatever you can do to help it, and help any local venue.
Yeah.
I mean, my friend, he took the donkey over not too long ago, and then this Corona thing happened, and he's, you know, it's really pissed on his chips.
Yeah.
Well, these venues are struggling, especially.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it takes a hell of a lot to keep these venues going anyway, and supporting the straight
Yeah.
up. And they
don't make a lot of money on it, the venue and the bands.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I made that from my day job as well, doing the music licensing for these these venues, and knowing conversations you have with the guys that own these kind of places, sort of what up to the why that they are. And it's not just about these venues as businesses as well. It's places that artists can go out and earn their revenue, and all that kind of stuff. So it's all well and good. You know, obviously, eventually this shit's going to pass and what have you. But if there's nowhere else for people to go out and play, then we're fucked really. And that's bringing us right up to the top, really.
As you said, it is an iconic venue here in Leicester. I mean, I've been going there since I was 15. It'd be a shame if anything was to happen to it. But yeah, it's a great cause, lads. I'm happy to support you, as always.
I think on those venues again, while we're here, the Soundhouse has got a crowdfunder as well, and we recently played two brilliant gigs, didn't we, down there?
Yeah.
We had the Tony Wright one, the acoustic one,
Yes.
then the Second Sons one. Really, really good nights. So,
that was a good time.
Second Sons and Albert Rose was a quality.
cracking night, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's probably I think that was one of the favourite gigs.
Tell you what, I'll stick the links for both the musician and Soundgarden down in the link below, so people can go and crowdfund it if need be. I don't think pardon?
Soundgarden, they don't need our money.
Not Soundhouse, sorry, mate.
Savage Garden.
Yeah.
It's a Savage
Roundhouse.
Robbie Savage. We're donating for Robbie Savage. He's the garden.
He needs it.
Less of a twat. I've actually not missed that. I've missed football to an extent, but like I've not missed hearing Robbie Savage commentate stuff. So in a way,
of course.
Savage, isn't it?
Is the season going to get finished then? Do you think we're going to play again?
probably.
Don't matter, you Manx for winning notes, so don't worry about it, big man.
Um,
Then get you.
Is anybody
Then say, chance you've got 10 euros, you give bloody euro this. Been there and going again.
Oh, yeah.
What does Jake think about the season ending?
I'm not going to comment. To be honest, I'd be gutted if Liverpool didn't win the league. But
I bet Alan's been crying into his.
he's not too bad, you know. He's been fine. Yeah, he's not.
Just wind him up some more.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's people's lives at stake. A Premier League can wait, mate.
Yeah, it's football. It's not life and death. As Bill Shankly said, it's more serious.
He did say that, but I don't think he meant it like.
Yeah, he did say that.
Right, I don't think I've ever asked before, and I certainly don't know the story behind it, but where did the name come from, Midnight Dogs?
I think it's.
What do you mean you don't know, Rob? You fucking came up.
I think it was Rick. To be honest, we're in the pub in Bythons, and we were just going through lots of names, and that one was like came out. It's like, that's good. That'll do.
What a fucking story that is.
I was going to say nothing.
Blind to that.
Cut that bit.
If you've had years to come up with some sort of interesting backstory,
something interesting then. We're out on the piss, and
I think like if Joseph Heller had wrote Catch-22 under that sort of thing, then it wouldn't have been as big a book as it was.
No,
It'd probably been like that thick.
like a pamphlet.
No.
you're good on little stories on these things, Steve. Come on, come up with some.
You
come up with the name, mate.
When I joined you, when I was you was already called the Midnight Dogs, so don't blame me. My band name's legendarily sort of weird and like not the sort of band.
Mama's Kumquat.
Yeah. Kumquat Brothers.
Got Danny Dye's Chocolate Homunculus. It's a good one.
Yeah.
So
Dog flavoured hummus.
Things
like
that. We're probably not the best interviewees because we're all a bit shit.
No, it's cool, man. I don't mind.
We look dog rough at midnight after a lot of booze.
You mean
with the name the Midnight?
Speak for yourself.
I am always very handsome, I think you'll find.
I think you are, mate. That's why I joined this band, because you were there. I wanted to hang around with some more handsome people.
Yeah, we needed someone uglier than Rob, so.
Yeah, but you were already on bass, so I joined.
Oh, no.
Nah, fuck them. They're all cunts, and I'll tell them so via the internet. What are they going to do? Come round my house, pricks.
You guys think
Another difficult one.
But Neil joining on the positive, Neil joining the band. We finally found the combination where we've got the four of us really get on together, stage and off stage, and we've searched for that for a long time.
On stage, off stage, all that.
He did. He had two arms as well, which helped.
Still do.
And a beard.
There's a good vibe in there.
Yeah, the beard wasn't there when I joined, was it? I mean,
Do you know what? It's always been there. It's just never it just wasn't left.
Do you remember that day you first shaved it off and we had a practice and I kept staring at you and you got mad at me?
Yeah.
But that was when we first started writing the album. So just to show how long it takes for us to get our shit together, I was clean shaven when we started doing the album, and then by the album launch party, it was a full on beard.
Kept treading on it, falling over it.
By the time the third album comes out, one of us will be dead.
Yeah. It was like Meghan Markle train on for bride's dress. It was that long.
But they do take a long time, though. I think that's the one thing, that just the whole process from when you first get that track to actually finally being happy with it to actually release it takes a lot longer than you think. And like we've been saying, maybe like in the future, we're going to approach it a little bit differently on how to
we should not
bring
fuck around so much, then that might help.
Hey.
Leads
we were having a chat about this, weren't we, the other night, Neil? That kind of, we were having a chat the other night, take advantage of the media that's around us now on how to kind of move forward on doing it, the third album, and it not being as kind of tacked on as the last one was.
It's a weird thing to get your head around. It's in terms of what to do next, I guess. And you've got this time now, which has been kind of afforded a lot of people to kind of give a bit of thought maybe to what happens next. But as you say, like the way that we went about the last album was really maybe took us a little bit of time to get the whole body of work together. Is that the best way to approach releasing music?
No, it was a very traditional way of doing it. Wasn't it? Like, let's get the whole album out and then start doing a bit. But like, things have kind of changed a little bit, haven't they? So maybe there's a better way of actually getting the music out there a bit quicker and actually in the process getting a third album done.
This leads me perfectly on to my next question. I was going to ask if you guys were working on any music during quarantine.
Well, I'm not, because I'm a drummer. So I
can only dream of music.
Nah.
I think it's
He's gone, I've upset him.
Written some bits on the piano, which has been good.
Who's put the lights on?
it was getting dark.
What?
Yeah.
piano sounding good. Though.
Yeah, I've written some stuff on that. I don't know if it'll be good for the Midnight Dogs, but it'll be cool.
Yeah, Dan's been learning the piano while he's been on lockdown. I've been learning Spanish. What have you guys been learning, Rob?
That was my next question, Steve. Thanks for doing it for me.
I've been teaching either.
There's the thing.
That's been tough.
I can now wank equally well with both hands.
Can you do the over and underarm thing?
Oh, try that. That's tomorrow's goal.
It went from something wholesome about Rob teaching Eva to Dan's wanking.
What have you been learning now, Jake?
I've just been working on these. Either I've been streaming on my Xbox. I've picked up my guitar a couple of times to start learning, but it's just not going in very well.
Lube, mate. You need lube.
Yeah, I think that'll help. But yeah, other than that, working on these.
We're doing a Zoom conference interview. No.
He's yourself. He's got pants on.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Whoa.
Nice to
Why won't you make Steve wear a shirt? He's going for a shit.
Bloody hell, let's go now.
We'll watch him do a shit.
I'm doing dirty
in
protest.
the bathroom. I've been in there before.
No, this isn't.
No.
I said something. What is happening?
This is horrific. What are you doing?
I'm in the shower.
Normally have to pay for this kind of shit.
Oh no. Please cut all this out as well, mate.
I've seen it where like people will pay you money to watch you lot without any clothes on. Get on it.
Yeah, I don't think you're sexy or young enough to do that.
I bet people pay me not to. I just will clean my teeth.
Why now?
Yeah, why not?
Because he wants it on camera. But he wants evidence that he does clean his teeth.
Yes.
I think we're trying to get us back to album 3.
But can I assume this interview is going to see the light of day? I'm assuming, Jake, you're going to move on and do something with other more creative and easier to interview people that aren't live streaming themselves, brush their teeth.
I could have been in Shawani Wani, you know. Hey, rock and roll. They had loads of songs with rock and roll, and Rob won't let me write any more songs with rock and roll.
We've got too many.
So we what? We're barring.
Boogie.
We have enough rock and roll songs. We don't need any more, man. Even though we all love rock and roll.
Can I have too many? Oh.
Wow.
Shall I try and take this back to album 3?
Yeah, go for it, Rob.
Yes. I think
it's
for my
well,
album,
it's
album 3, it's going to be totally different from album 1 and 2.
What are we going to do?
For a start, it's going to be album 3, and it's going to be a bit different.
Brilliant.
Album 3.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. I can come up with that. I don't know. What do we want to do? I mean, so Rob was saying the other day he wants to take it in a like vintage trouble type direction, you know, like a bit of soul to it and stuff. And I'm a big fan of like having backing singers that we had on the last album.
Yeah, I think more diverse.
I think we need to go a little bit rawer and kind of strip things back and kind of get some of that sound that we get in the practice room, get on the live show. I think the other thing, which certainly what I took from the end of the last album, is the way that like the 4 of us in the practice room really kind of got creative and wrote those kind of last 4 or 5 tracks. And it's probably why it's lockdown's been difficult for us to move on, because that for me, that process, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I want to get back to a bit more of that. Like Dead Man, Dan started playing, and it was like, wow, that's really good. We've got to keep working on that, and then we started on a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Salvation came out of it, and then they're 2 cracking tracks on the album. They've become 2 of my favourite tracks, and I'm looking forward to more of that. That's where I'm coming from. But I think we can really learn from and push on a bit.
I thought you'd sing along, but never mind.
I was about to. It's just warming up.
Yeah.
That I actually think as well that we should get some of the covers that I think we do a good job on recorded, because reading the few bits and pieces, Neil probably knows a bit more of this than I do on the Spotify, the media and stuff. That it is actually a good way to bring in an audience to some of the original stuff. So it might be worth taking
How
a bit
many
of time.
times have I said that?
I don't know.
Fucking loads of times.
This is how it works. You say something to Rob, like quite drunkenly at a gig, maybe.
I really.
And then 6 months later, he comes back with it as a good idea. So it might take a bit of time, but at least he's on board with it.
Obviously, kind of filters in there and just sits there for a while, and then eventually comes out. I probably do.
Come back and try and take credit for that.
Guys, I've had this fucking genius idea.
Well, there's loads of things that we could be doing. There's loads of different ideas and bits and pieces that we could do. So it's just I suppose a bit of a planning strategy together, I guess, or figuring out what we want to do first and foremost. So.
No, look back.
I think it's time on that gig at the Musician, the album. I think it was kind of a Jesus. What is he doing now? That was kind of a
It's raining. Get outside. It's pouring down.
serious. But it was a mental night anyway, and I was blown away by the amount of people who came down, the amount of people who bought the album.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jake, I'd like to personally thank your parents for buying like 300 copies of our album and making this.
There's loads sitting around. I've got copies here, so I've got copies of the first album to give out to my friends.
There's always kind of the 2-3 of your family at every gig, and it's incredible. It really is.
There have been gigs where there have been more members of Jake's family than of the band.
That is very true. But they are part of the band. They're part of the family. You guys are part of the Midnight Dogs family.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Without a doubt, man.
I'm not the fucking Godfather, mate. Chill out.
You want to get involved? I'll get you
Oh,
involved.
you're set off now.
I mean, this is I don't understand Steve at the best of times. I really don't. I don't understand. What is all this about?
Yeah, we have to remember. So I feel like with Steve,
So
human
Dele
interaction-
Alli does it on screen. Everyone
Steve,
goes,
shut
"Oh yeah, I'm
up.
going to pass that Nivea."
It's like Steve needs human interaction in order to remain normal. So when he's left to his own devices, he goes a bit fucking mad.
Contractually obliged.
I think
Sponsored by
We've
Nivea.
had well over a week of being like, right, lads, Jake saying, I'm getting back into doing these, YouTube videos and all this, that, and the other, and I want to get you guys in and have a bit of a chat, this and the other. It's like brilliant. So I've had all week to know that this is happening, and it's now that he decides to have a shower, do as much and all that kind of stuff. I think it's just a weird bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
Quality content.
What's happening now? That's how.
What's it put in? Got 20% on my battery.
Thank fuck for that.
Well, I'll move on. I've got some hypothetical questions for you.
Yep.
First one, desert island discs. You know the main premise behind this. You're stuck on a desert island for whatever reason. Again, for whatever reason, there's a record player there. And inexplicably, it can only play 3 records. What 3 records do you take, lads?
I would have How to Build a Raft on audiobook. That would be good.
No, it's got to be a single. It's got to have like a talking book.
Is it a single? Oh, okay. I don't know. Probably, I mean, are you probably coming? I don't know. No. Like, is it an album or a song?
Yeah, I'd say album. I'll let you
Oh, okay.
have
Exile on Main Street, obviously. Exile on Main Street.
Yeah, I'd join you on that one, Dan. Got to be there.
Looking at the records now. Maybe Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. That's really
That's
good.
Good call, Dan.
Good album.
Good call.
Great album.
Yeah. And I don't know. Because the thing is, a lot of albums, so like Appetite for Destruction, for example, would be a good choice, but it makes me want to get drunk. And am I going to be able to like make booze on my own island? Which is
I'd
tricky.
have,
Yeah,
I'd have
why not?
Powerade.
Probably Appetite for Destruction, then I guess. Throw that in there as well.
Yeah.
Good.
I've got to say, Powerade by the DC. Definitely have that one.
Yeah.
And then I'd have Elvis's Greatest Hits.
I feel like Greatest Hits is cheating.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd have Elvis, the single. The best of Elvis.
Well, Dan's had enough of that.
No, I definitely have Powerade by the DC. And I'll have De Guelo by the ZZ Top. Definitely have that. And then I should probably have Surfing with the Alien by Joe Satriani.
Your choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now.
Can you put your fucking shirt on now? Jesus.
You love it. You love it. You want it.
You pick it.
Body like mine for 1 and 9.
Neil, what would be your choices, mate?
My choices. Dark Side of the Moon's in there.
Yeah, brilliant.
What else would go in there?
Got to be some Phil Collins for you, Neil, isn't it, mate?
Collins, mate.
Potentially, but then
Hello, I must be going.
I wish you were, mate. No, I mean, I don't know where I'll go with that. I mean, there's a
Come
lot
over
of
yours
that
on the minute.
I do like, and obviously I do like a bit of Phil. But I'm not sure if I was left with only 3 albums for the rest of my life, I'd want to go back to his all the time.
Yeah, plus everyone else you're trapped in an island with would want to murder you after
Yeah.
the 4th play.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Although, I've been
Unless
for,
one of the people is Phil Collins, in which case they'd probably love it.
I'd probably kill myself. He does seem like a massive dick.
They know, right? Exactly. He'd be trying to set up his own Tory government on the fucking island.
Yeah, the guy's an arsehole, but the music is, the drumming's obviously what got me into him. And then nostalgia, I guess. I think he's written some shit stuff off stuff. But yeah, he does seem like an arsehole. So yeah, probably not. Probably actually nothing by him. And I'm just looking at what I've got on the wall. Maybe I'd put the Wall in.
We'll
But
change.
then that's 2 Pink Floyd albums. So I'm not sure if I want 2 Pink Floyd albums.
We'll
Definitely
change.
Dark Side of the Moon. I reckon there'd be some Queen Stone Age in there. But I'd probably go with Songs to the Death. And then either an Oasis or a Blur album. It would either be Definitely Maybe or Parklife, to be honest. Just again, that was one of the first 3 albums I got into. So I reckon, yeah, if you had to pin me down for 3 right now, and it will change within half an hour, absolutely. It would be Dark Side of the Moon, Songs to the Death, and Definitely Maybe.
See, for me, if I was picking right now, Unknown Pleasures, Joy Division.
Yeah.
None of you will get this, but Blonde, Frank Ocean.
Okay.
I'm aware of that.
And I was thinking Queens of the Stone Age as well, but then I came to Morning Glory, Oasis.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, there's like so many. You listen to like there's like on disc and everyone's got all that whole fucking like backstory of tracks and stuff. But yeah, Queen. That Songs of Death. I'll go back to that album all the time.
Yeah.
I must listen to a track of that album at least a couple of times a week, and always have done. I just love drumming in it. I love the whole Josh Holmes' whole fucking approach to that in his whole stoner rock, desert sessions. Rock from Kai's through to Eagles of Death Metal, all through to Crooked Vultures, everything that he does love. And obviously he's a ginger dude, which makes him
I think he is one of the most underrated musicians on the planet right now, to be fair, Josh Holmes. I absolutely love it. I was listening to Songs for the Deaf earlier as well. Fantastic album.
Comes up all the time. I think, it's absolutely brilliant. So that, and then the Pink Floyd, just for me,
Live at Pompeii, good album.
Yeah, they're just better than any other recorded music that's ever been produced. And I know that I had that argument with Tom Gold and I think Al Clayton as well at the Choir Boys gig a couple of years ago, the acoustic gig. And we met, obviously, Tom at that point. And I was hammered because we'd had our set early on. And we had this conversation about Exile on Main Street being the best album that had ever been produced. And I was like, it might be good, but it's not that. So we had this big long argument about it. Well, I say argument, it's quite funny. And then obviously it turns out that, Al Clayton's fucking Keith Richards' best mate or whatever. And I've just been turning my fucking overrated on
Keith is going to hunt you down, man. As soon as this is over, he's been told. He's going to fucking find you.
I'll be out of breath by the time he climbs the stairs to my apartment. He's that old, isn't he? So it'll be all right.
The lift in your building, mate.
That sounds been funny. I mean,
Rob, I want to know what Rob's are.
Yeah, it's going to be Buck Cherry. It's going to be
on Main Street. That's
Black
in
Rose.
obviously. Black Crows.
Yeah.
Southern Harmony. Which Black Crows one?
Yes, over Harmony, man. Yeah.
It's brilliant. And then my last one would be Aerosmith Pump.
That's good. I thought you
No,
were
that's good.
I thought it was going to be Enya.
Was it the Doolies' greatest hit?
Enya.
Far out.
Fucking love Enya. I love a bit of Enya.
I learned a bit of, I listened to a bit earlier on today. There's a lot of Annie Lennox. Broken Glass. Fuck, what a tune. Anyway.
Right, I've got another hypothetical question. Say money's no object whatsoever. For some reason, you've been put in charge of putting together a festival. You've got 5 slots, 1 till 3, 3 till 5, etc. I have nicked this question from another YouTube channel, but there you go.
It's a good one, I like it.
Name the ideal lineup for yourself. So say 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 till 9, 9 till 11 are your
I'm
slots.
going to have a think about it and write them down. Everyone else answer. Oh, can they have to be existing bands or can I raise them from the dead?
You can raise them from the dead if you like, yeah. It's your perfect.
Easy.
If I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't be worrying about filling those slots.
I'd have the headliners.
DC.
Would you?
Can I have
See, if I wouldn't do
DC?
that, I'd get it on at the beginning so I could get hammered and watch everyone else.
That's I was putting when I stole this question earlier. I was like, Midnight Dog's probably going to be number 1 slot for me.
Oh.
Get the crowd going. Plus, it's exposure for you guys.
Yeah,
That's going to go on for that.
That's a good question.
Is it number
I'd
three?
have to have the Stranglers. The Stranglers have to be on there, man.
Oh, good shout.
Definitely the Stranglers and DC and obviously ZZ Top and Motorhead and
Us.
Stevie Wonder. It'd be quite a diverse gig.
Hey,
it's not diverse at all, is it?
It's not.
Oh, and Stiff Little
The rest
Fingers.
of it's just like, here's a load of rock acts and Stevie Wonder.
Stiff Little Fingers. as well. Smart kick, I've got loads of money. I can do what. Come on.
yeah. You can do whatever you want with the festival, mate.
Yeah.
Go down on stage, mate.
I won't have any. I'm going to sell any tickets, and I'll just have me there to watch them. I'll do a song with everybody.
Okay, I got 4. I can't think of a fifth.
Some home brew as
No,
well.
I'm going to there for a second, but
What?
I'm going to come back with some answers.
Okay, so I'd have the Stooges.
Oh yeah.
You've muted, Neil. Where have you gone?
Well, I just said I'm disappearing for a second, but you crack on. You crack on. I'll be right back.
Stooges. The Rolling Stones, like in the 70s when they were really good.
Yeah.
Now the Doors.
Yes.
Ooh,
They've had Nirvana.
I thought about the Doors as well.
The Doors, yeah, and Nirvana, and I don't know who the fifth one
Oh
was.
shit! I didn't even think of Nirvana. I've got Kurt tattooed on me, and I've not even got Nirvana in my list.
It's fucking brilliant, Nirvana. Yeah. And I don't know. So the best band I've seen live was Rage Against the Machine, so I'd be tempted to go for them. But
Yeah.
seeing it's like Mystery Festival, that can have anyone I want ever.
What about the Osmonds?
Yeah, in fact, I should throw someone weird in there just to throw it all off. So like
Crazy Horses, man. That would be a top tune.
Have those 4 and then have fucking Cliff Richard or something. But
No.
that's right. Barry Manilow. We'll have Barry Manilow as well.
No, Dan.
Neil Diamond.
Billy Joel. Yeah.
Fuck Billy Joel. He's a poor man's Elton John.
Man. No. Ooh.
No shit.
To be honest, Dan, you've completely thrown my list.
Roger's a
I've
motorbike.
got loads to think about now.
What was yours?
Right, originally, I was thinking like I said, you guys first, get the crowd going, calm it down a bit with the Pixies.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, great call. Great call.
Then I was thinking,
You know what? With everyone on the top 10, we've all forgotten about them. There's so many good songs, so many good albums.
I did that top 10 albums thing on Instagram a few weeks ago. I realised I put in a Smashing Pumpkins album over Doolittle, and I was furious with myself.
It's a good one, though.
You can't do 10 albums. That's the problem with it, though.
Yeah.
It's 10 albums. It's not enough. You need a minimum of 30.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, my original lineup, you guys, Pixies, then I think I had Queens of the Stone Age.
Manic Street Preachers. Good at them on.
Oh, they are quality live as well. I forgot about that.
They're one of the best live I've ever seen. What a guitar player, man. Live. He's just. He's on it. He was on it. Amazing.
They are really good live. The other one I was thinking of that was really good live was Biffy Clyro. I don't know if any of you guys have seen them, but they are brilliant live.
One at Reading in 2005.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times now. They are a brilliant live band.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
Hey?
I would, yeah, I'd fuck him, yeah.
I had Stone Roses as my headliner. Had Stone Roses as my headliner.
Seen him twice, so fucking cracking. I wasn't at the second time though, so.
So throwing Nirvana in there, proper throwing a spanner in there.
So that's the one band I think that if you could go back in time and see anyone, it's Nirvana for me.
Yeah, exactly. And Bob Dylan as well.
I was thinking Bob.
One of my favourite musicians ever, and yeah, I'll have to include him as well. But
I'd probably have Tom Waits.
Go back a couple of years with Bob though, but I did see him in Glasgow. Can't remember, around 1990 with 1999, 2000 or something with Van Morrison. Awesome gig, incredible.
I saw him.
I bet the place were fucking rocking, weren't it? With them two. Fucking hell.
Oh, it was fucking brilliant. Glasgow
We're
was
dancing in the wheelchairs with them fucking pair, mate. That's a
But
gig
the bit
off,
like-
isn't it?
See, the worst thing is, Steve, I saw him a couple of years ago, and like he barely did anything, but it was still such a phenomenal experience.
I could imagine Van Morrison. We're just how he sings and stuff. But he's very reclusive, isn't he, Van Morrison? Not that I know, because I've never seen him.
It was. You'd have liked it. It was a good gig, man. Very good gig.
I like to see Van Morrison.
Gig, yeah.
I like Rod Stewart. I probably have Rod Stewart on.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone likes a bit of Rod, don't they? Everyone likes a Rod Stewart song. It's like Queen. Everyone likes a Queen song, don't they?
Go on,
You know,
Steve.
Queen throws that in there as well.
Not everybody likes the Queen stuff.
You got your rod. Yeah. Cool. Give a song for the video. Go on, do one.
What?
That'll probably play a bit of piano for you.
Oh,
Stay
I
with
wasn't
me.
doing it then. Hang on, I was trying to.
Dan was someone broke in his house and painted all the keys white and stuff. Chris was depressed.
I can't really do it. Keep missing that note. Hang on. That's a bit wrong.
Yes, Dan. Yes.
I do have
Excellent.
Yeah,
Oh.
that don't probably be much left of this.
Try and say something. Are we still on?
With Steve Showersey, I'd sell that on another channel or something.
How long we got left? Because I want to promise.
Oh God, why?
Neil, what was your lineup? We didn't get it, did we?
No, you didn't. I fuck knows how you started to answer that question.
He'd have
How many
Beardy Clyro.
If you got
Beardy Clyro.
That was Jake.
I've seen him at Tina Park. You were at that festival, weren't you, Jake? We didn't know each other then.
Yeah.
When they at Tina Park. Who would I have? Stranglers were that weekend as well. Saw them.
Yeah.
I'd have Pink Floyd, absolutely.
Yeah.
Headlining. I always thought like if you to do like a Glastonbury and had like 3 headliners,
Yeah.
I'd have any ones that you could have. You'd have like Pink Floyd, Oasis.
Hi, Steve.
I don't know if you'd have them on the same. Well, you wouldn't have them on the same fucking slot. I know it's a hypothetical question, but I'm trying to think now what would actually complement a good build-up.
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to put break it up a bit. Like I said, my second band would be the Pixies, just to calm it down a bit.
Yeah, I mean they played at that Tina Park weekend.
Yeah,
didn't
they were the best I saw that weekend. They were amazing.
I was so pissed off that I didn't go and see him, and it's only until like afterwards I sort of saw the lineup sort of properly and realised that I'd missed them. Saw Slaves for the first time out. Yeah, they were quality.
Slaves or slave? There's one
Slave,
of them. Slaves, okay.
not Slaves. No.
I think right.
I'd have, yeah, so 5 slots. You'd have, so for the headliner evening slot, I mean, Pink Floyd would be fucking immense.
Stayed brilliant.
I'd have, who would I have? I'd always want to see Hot Chip Festival.
They're amazing. Hot Chip are amazing. I love them.
So I'd love to have something like that in there. All time acts. I reckon the Clash would make a good.
Ooh, that's a good one as well.
Sort of. Yeah, I reckon they'd make a good maybe like third sort of lineup because they haven't got like the big sort of atmospheric festival sort of, you know what I mean, like big anthem-y tunes like that. Yeah, Dan was doing that. But obviously they're fucking immense, so they'd be cool. And who the fuck else would you have?
I really enjoy that none of us have been arrogant enough to pick ourselves.
Oh, I know, I did right at the beginning.
I was.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I mean, that's because I love
But-
you.
Throw some Bowie in there, dude. That'd be good on that lineup.
Bloody hell, yeah, of course,
Wow,
yeah.
Bowie. Oh, mate.
We could have New Gen, as long as they
Oh,
haven't
that-
played Rock and Roll Bastard.
Radiohead, put in there.
Radiohead, Johnny Cash.
Great
That's one I've
choice.
missed.
Oh yes, Johnny Cash. Radiohead. Why the fuck would you want them? It's like having Coldplay. Fucking they're like
Not quite the same, mate.
Coldplay, you fucking.
not much difference.
There's a world of difference, mate. Don't even.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Right, I'll move on to my next question.
Yeah.
I'm never going to answer that one, by the way. Be here all fucking evening, but yeah.
Yeah.
next question.
I thought it was an interesting question. See if I could get your take on it. Like I said, I heard it earlier. Thought I've just fit it in somewhere. If you could pick one artist across time to collaborate with, or you can take that however way you want it, who would you pick?
Salvador Dali,
It's a good shout, to be fair.
an artist. That'd be mad, wouldn't it? Though, it'd be well good. Like, I don't know what would fucking come of it. Wouldn't it be
You
fun?
do all your album covers, mate.
You'd have a strange mask on with one of them like weird smiles that go like, oh.
In terms of music, I pick Iggy Pop all day.
Iggy.
Yeah, Iggy Pop.
If we were to do what? If you were to collaborate with this band, with Midnight Dogs, we could have one act we collaborate with.
Yeah.
Ooh, good question.
Because as I said, you can.
Just done a collaboration with fucking Kesha.
Iggy Pop, Iggy Pop, Iggy Pop. I know.
I'd love to hear Jimmy Page playing with Dan. Especially on something like Fooling.
Well, if I was 12 years old in the 70s, you might have heard Jimmy Page.
There's another question for you then. Who's your favourite rock and roll nonce? One favourite Bowie, so you know.
Yeah.
Ian Watkins.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is the second time that this conversation has walked into Nuncian. Like,
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. You would collaborate with Neil Diamond, or you think he's a nonce?
No, I'd like to collaborate with him.
That'd be good.
Oh no, Johnny Cash probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Johnny Cash. Yeah.
You get your guitar with you, do your version.
Because you won't need to learn a lot of chords.
Ring of Fire. Because it is classic.
Who would Rob pick? Who did Rob pick? Oh no, Rob picked Jimmy Page, didn't he?
I picked. No,
Who do you reckon we should work with, Jake? Who would be good for
On a serious note,
I think Johnny Cash was a good shout. I think he complement you quite well.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It depends
Iggy Pop's another good one.
It depends what part of this you kind of want to. If you want to kind of complement a part of the band that already exists, they're like, Page and his kind of guitar player alongside Dan would sound fucking great. Then equally, if you've got someone like Scott Gorham and you did the whole like twin lead, Thin Lizzy kind of stuff, that would do a whole other aspect of what we do.
Yeah.
Or if you were to throw, I'm trying to think of maybe some female funky bands, because didn't Page or Plant do so? What did he do some stuff with? Can't remember her name. But yeah.
Alison something.
Moye.
Alison Moye. Yeah.
Something like that. I mean,
Alison Moye.
Some of the sort of people that we play with, like a collaboration with Station College would sound fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd love that. Like I say, and anyone from like Jason the Scorchers and stuff like that. If some of the times we go down kind of country route, that killer.
That would sound really cool. But yeah, then like the acoustic keys kind of stuff, like the No Quarter album. Was it Page and Plant?
Yeah, it's a good album.
That kind of stuff. When you listen to like some of the acoustic stuff, when you've just got Steve and Dan playing, slides really nicely into that. So yeah, interesting open-ended question there, Jake. I honestly have no idea. I think there's loads of different things you could do with what we do that would work out quite nicely.
And leads us on to something that we really should do at some point, if we can get some cash together to it, is actually go and record kind of some acoustic stuff and do something like that Page and Planet album. Some of the tracks, because I think that'd be pretty cool. And actually kind of give us something to like.
Yeah, you should have done down.
You could do Unplugged in Newark, like Unplugged in New York. Newark.
Yeah.
Newark.
That's a banging album title.
You should definitely do that. It'd be well good. Well up for that.
Newark.
To be fair, it's got 2 cracking bars that keep putting us on. I love the place. Gotta say.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we do it at the fucking, what's it, where Phil works. Now.
With
Do it now for me.
Yeah.
But no, not to piss any.
Brilliant.
With
Without the backdrop, actually having that just with the grass and the river behind it, would look quality. It looked like we've maybe guessed him on this morning, but yeah, we should do an proper acoustic night. Live
I think some of my favourite gigs of yours have been at the NAV, the acoustic sets there and stuff like that. I love the NAV. It's great, part.
I love the last gig we played down there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that. We'd not played for a while. There was a really good crowd, and the energy was fucking great that night.
Was that the last gig we did? What was the last gig we did?
Yeah, that's the last gig we did.
Okay.
I was going to say, that's the last one I came to see you at.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the last one before
Yeah,
we kicked off.
That was a cracking night.
Bloody hell, it was back in February, wasn't it?
Oh, Jesus. It's weird not playing gigs, guys.
No, I miss it. I miss you.
No,
all
I
so
miss
much.
you guys.
I know
Oh,
this is the
all
first
of you.
time we've actually all had a chat together. And it's weird. We see each other like week in, week out. And we've not seen each other for 8 or 9 weeks, or even probably longer than that. This that last gig. Mental. I've never seen fucking Stevie stop off as much as this. I mean, Jesus.
It's hot, man. It's hot. Look at the house. It's hot.
That looks weird. All right. Are you going to get your guitar? Your Johnny Cash now, dude?
No,
Come on, do it.
no, I'm not gonna. I'm not playing an instrument.
Oh, boo. Come
I've had
on.
too much drink. It ain't bad. Things will break.
Brilliant. Come on. Steve, do it. And you've got about 4 acoustics in there. Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. Brilliant. You know you can nail it when you pick.
I wonder if I could get.
I might get an impromptu set here.
I think you're going to get Steve going for it, yeah.
That'd be good.
There you go. Think guitars come out.
What tune is it?
It's a burning flame. Fiery. There you go.
Very good.
Oh, come on. You can do a bit more than that.
Right, I'm going to a bit of a negative question now. Obviously, we've had some brilliant times together over the years. I first saw you guys back in 2015. I think I was going for a rough patch at that point, but we've all been such close friends since. We've been to parties together, festivals, weddings, everything together. I want to know, what's the worst gig you've ever done?
Probably that one years ago. Oh no, there was one we did. Oh fuck, somewhere up north, and it was like an acoustic gig. Me, Steve, Rob, and the JPs, and then like Steve, I think either didn't turn up or left. Basically, throughout the night, people kept leaving that were in the band, and by the end of it,
Yeah, I wasn't even there.
yeah, that was quite good.
There were hard gigs after that album launch night.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was hard to
it-
sort of match that because that was just like, wow. And like you said earlier
Yeah.
on,
Because once
that
you got
you-
a little bit of that, you wanted more of it.
right, it was just like, yeah.
I like your
I don't-
diplomatic
Yeah, for
approach,
me, that
Rob.
was-
No, I think kind of consciously, subconsciously, all of us took a little bit of a break after that
Yeah.
because I think we kind of all that's hard to recreate. It's hard to recreate all those emotions that night. It's hard to
But also,
that
Yeah.
buzz. So
Dan had some ear problems as well. He'd been struggling with his hearing stuff like. It's
everything
an artist.
like didn't hit it, but then we started to hit that one on New Year's. That was a good gig, and then that one, because we're starting to get into the year, the one at the NAV was an absolute banger of a gig. I mean, the place just got busier and busier that night, and it was out by the end of it was bloody rocking, and it was like wow. And then for me, that one was equally as good as the musician gig because I just love people kind of pile into the place and staying there. People who'd never heard us before, just rocking out, and the place was rammed. That was absolutely brilliant. I had a buzz from that, and I was like, "Wow, yeah, we keep doing that. We can kick on with this. We can actually do something." People are really enjoying this energy in the band, and we were like really aggressive that night. I think we needed more of that, and it's just a shame that it got cut short because, oh Jesus, man. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm having trouble. I'm having
What do
trouble
you
with my
think
phone.
about that night, Neil? Because it was an absolutely banging night, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, it was. Yeah, no, it was a cracking night. I mean, to answer your original question, as far as worst gigs, I mean, obviously I haven't been in this band as long as the other lads. I wouldn't necessarily say you have some gigs where you come out of it and you've caught the crowd and it's been brilliant and everyone's bought into what you've done, and sometimes you have gigs where you might not be quite on the ball or you might be overthinking what the reaction's been from the crowd and the other, but I've never walked away from a night regretting having been there and done it.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah,
You can't. If you're doing this, even if like 3 people turn up and they rock out and really enjoy it, you've done your job, and you still. It's still nice going chatting to those guys after the gig and hearing the feedback and saying, "Oh, that's brilliant! I love that you're playing that, and I've got the album and I've really enjoyed it."
Yeah,
absolutely. I think it's easy to maybe, I don't know, lean into being maybe negative and comparing nights and this that, and the other. But I don't think that serves really anything at the end of the day.
Agreed.
But in what you said as well, I think any career is going to go like this, whether you're right at the peak or whether you're an emerging band, right like we are. You'll have peaks and troughs about, I suppose, how things are going. It's just, as Rob was saying, the last couple of gigs we did just felt like we were, we just sort of hit something again. And then not to be able to gig again for so long. I mean, the gig that we should have been doing next would have been the Stacey Collins gig again, the musician. It's really, really looking forward.
Always a great night as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Always a great
night.
night.
Really well with Stacey's fans as well. So always has a good feeling about it.
Guys, my battery's a bit wanky on my phone. It's only on about 5%.
Okay.
But it might drop out.
no worries, mate. I've only got like one proper question left anyway.
One proper question. All the others weren't.
No, none of them were actual questions. I'm not including any of them in the video. It's just this one.
Yeah, put it all in, man. It'd be brilliant.
We should keep on where we're going on this one, because I think this is a good question. I was enjoying what Neil was saying there. So back to you, Dave.
Yeah, I was wrapping up anyway, just to say that we knew that the gigs that come up tend to be good ones for us. And as I said, like Stacey Collins being it has been a good night. That was the first time I saw the Barracks before I joined in, and that was a cracking night. So having that kind of gap where we're not able to actually sort of play and do everything is just a bit disjointing. But it's what it is. You know, eventually when we come back, it will be, what the fuck's going on with Steve? You all right there, mate? Do you need me to call some help?
I'm vaping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it, mate. I didn't have much more to say than that stuff, Rob.
Well, hopefully, obviously we've been chatting to Chris, and there is a new date for that gig. I probably can't put it on here, but it is in the pipeline. And
well, there's that as well. And
the air travel,
Warefest down in Reading. I mean, these are going to be three, I think, really, really fun gigs to do with a crowd that are on board, because most of them, at those three gigs, I think most people there have seen us or the other bands that are on that lineup. Obviously, we've supported or played with. So Outlaw Orchestra are on that, Fargo Railroad are on those lineups, as was Matty James. And they're just some
great gigs with Matty James, haven't we? I mean, that was a good one for the Nav.
Yeah, another one.
He's getting mental now. It's hard to actually see. Right, over to you, Dan. Steve's just like confusing the fuck out.
Try and take the attention away from whatever Steve's doing. Is he?
He's going to do a shit on it, isn't he? It's going to happen.
Well, he's now wallpaper, but he hasn't got a house with that kind of brick. Why has he done that to us? Is he trying to be...
Where is he?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's ignore Steve for a bit. Jake, what's going on?
Right, we'll move on to the final question I had for you. Moving on from like worst gigs, what's the best drunk memory you've had from the or not had basically from your musical adventures?
Kebab shop, Narva Road.
So when we were
they're always very good.
When we played Rivendell that last time, and like me and Steve went to bed early, and Rob and Neil went out on the piss, and then like Neil comes and wakes me up at like 3 a.m. like, mate, fucking Rob's been lying all this time. He admitted to me he likes Oasis. He loves them.
He wouldn't say a word, would he? He wouldn't shut up.
No, he wouldn't shut up.
That was horrific. Yeah.
I nearly punched him in the face.
Oh,
Bear really fell out with him. Bear was going to kick him in the arse dead hard.
Favourite drunken moment? I don't know.
Oh, mine was, kebab shop, Narva Road, after a gig, wherever it was, 4 a.m, and you broke the tea. You flooded.
Phil was there, wasn't he?
You flooded their kebab shop with like Turkish tea, and you were trying to pop it up and clean it up. You know, lost their patience with you very quickly. That was funny.
I've got a funny one. We were at one of your gigs at the Shed, I think it was. Yeah, it was a Shed. And for some reason, Neil had started drunkenly singing Don't Stop Believing by Journey. And I carried on singing it. And then Neil punched me in the stomach because he didn't want me to sing Journey.
I can't remember that. We've only done 2 gigs. We've only done 2 gigs at the Shed, I think, since I've been... No, 3. It was like Leicester Music Trail, you weren't there. So it was either the Goldwater gig or it was the Vibrators gig.
It was the one... We were downstairs.
Goldwater.
Downstairs.
Goldwater, yeah. Sorry, mate, but you shouldn't be singing Journey.
You remember when we played Dunk's wedding and he kept handing magnums of champagne to Neil whilst he was playing the drum?
I think that goes down as one of my favourite drunk.
And then at the end, Neil was like up on the stage belting out Led Zeppelin by himself.
That was brilliant.
Tell you what, it wasn't another good memory for me. It wasn't at a gig, but it was Raj's wedding. First time I ever see Rob without a hat on.
That was good. Every photo, right? They haven't put them out yet, but the wedding photos, right? Like all the ones through the day are normal, and then in the evening, it's just Neil and Rob clinging onto each other. Like there's hundreds of them.
Oh yeah, I've got videos from that night. It was a brilliant night.
Well, please don't put them anywhere.
worst thing about you, Jake, and there's a lot, but the worst the worst thing is that whenever a night happens, a night out happens, you're always there on fucking Instagram, like filming it on your stories and
I love
everything.
it.
So, yeah, well, I kind of, but I always do things that I don't want to remember myself, let alone. So you wake up in the morning thinking, all right, whatever, if that night's gone, you might have punched Jake singing Journey, but he probably deserved it. And then all over Facebook and Instagram, there's all like, yeah, you tagged into it, or me tagged into it, doing dancing around, looking all like a state, and I'd rather that not happen.
Okay, I'll take that under consideration, mate.
I love it, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. I can't remember. It feels like we should have more fun drunk stories, but
Yeah.
no. It's just,
We're
I mean,
probably-
We can tell most of them. That's the problem.
I've got to be honest with you. Since joining the band, like the first few gigs or the first few months or whatever, I think there was a lot of drinking going on. And that was fantastic. But we seem to have ever so slightly mellowed out because I keep getting roped into driving.
well, the night before the album launch, I was out till about 6 in the morning.
The album launch, mate. I was watching the footage back that I've got, and I don't want to put that out there. I shouldn't have got so drunk before I started off with. But the tempos like changed by magnitude all the way through the songs.
We all kept it together, I think.
Well, we did. Maybe I'm being overly critical. I don't know, but I shouldn't have got so drunk before I went on.
Yeah, but the gig, sometimes things go down as a great night, and you just leave them to everyone's memories. Stories.
We'll just imagine it was a good night. There's no need to prove otherwise.
It was a cracking night.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Great bands all the way through the night, wasn't it? I mean, it was some lineup, but I don't know how we ever beat that, putting on a lineup in Leicester.
Tony, right, man. It's fucking welcome, isn't it? I mean, he was.
I know, it's fucking mental. Who'd have thought that we'd have ever got that lineup? But the Bombs were brilliant when they came over to Sard. Got to play rocking to start off with. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You couldn't have asked for a better album launch. Awesome. I'd love to go back there now and just do that again.
It was an amazing night.
Yeah.
Did you just fall?
Yeah.
Have we lost Steve now? Has he gone?
Yeah, I think his battery must be dead.
Yeah.
I think we'll end it there anyway, lads. Hotel Mango is available to stream on Spotify. The link will be in the description below, as long as the Soundhouse and musician links. If you want to go and donate to something, keep them alive. Along with all the social media links for the guys. Thank you so much for joining me, brothers. I miss you guys. It's been a pleasure to catch up.
You said a big hug after this.
I know. I'll send you a video of me anyway after I've done.
But please edit a load of this out.
Yeah.
I hope you.
I need to spend a lot of time here, mate, making sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of days at least. I hope you guys.
Have not made the light of day. Like the Montfort Demon FM interview after we played Simon Says.
Or I swore immediately. That was good.
Yeah, that was
The
horrific.
first thing they said was "Don't swear," and they handed the microphone to me and went "fucking."
But again, we were the first band on, weren't we? We've been drinking since like 3 in the afternoon.
Exactly.
I was drinking from the day before. I was hungover.
To ask us for an interview after that. That was a cracking day, though, wasn't it?
That was a really good day. That was.
Yeah, that was incredible. I love that stage. They've got to get that festival back, and hopefully we'll get another chance to play down there because that was brilliant.
There's that. Fuck knows what's next, though, mate. It's in a way, this interview's kind of pissed me off now because I'm reminiscing about all we about and we can't do it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you enjoyed it anyway.
I always love hanging out with you, Jake. I miss you, mate.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope anybody who's watched this enjoy it. I know probably not many people will.
You're going
It's not live, is it?
to get 3 views. It's going to be me, Neil, and Rob, and there will be half
Oh, mate,
figure it out.
you return to doing videos current the earth, mate. You find something.
All right. Thanks again, guys. And I'll see you again in hopefully another episode
Cheers,
of
mate.
this. Love you guys.
Guys, lovely to see you. That's it's lovely, Dan. One back.